Deliveries in our neighborhood are usually simple. Driver pulls up, drops the package, and moves on. Nothing complicated. But that day turned into something else entirely. I had been waiting for an important delivery, the kind you don't just leave sitting outside or reschedule easily. It was time-sensitive, coordinated, and honestly, not something I wanted delayed. I was inside when I heard voices outside, raised, tense, not normal for a delivery. When I stepped out, I saw Karen standing in the driveway, blocking the delivery driver like she had every right to be there. Arms crossed, voice sharp, completely certain she was in control. "You can't leave packages here," she was saying. "This is a restricted area." The driver looked confused, holding the package, clearly just trying to do his job. "Ma'am, this address is listed for delivery," he replied calmly. But Karen wasn't listening. "I've told people before," she said. "No deliveries without approval." I stepped forward quickly. "That's my package," I said. But she didn't move. "You need to follow HOA rules," she insisted. "This isn't allowed." That was the moment I realized this wasn't about rules, it was about control again. The driver shifted slightly, unsure whether to proceed or leave. And honestly, I couldn't blame him. The situation had escalated for no reason. "Just leave it here," I told him. But Karen stepped directly in front of him, physically blocking the path. "No," she said. "He's not delivering that." The tension in the air changed instantly. This wasn't a complaint anymore. This was interference. The driver hesitated, clearly trying to avoid conflict. "I can mark it undeliverable," he said quietly. And that's when I knew this had gone too far. Because what Karen didn't know, what she couldn't have known, was what that package actually was. It wasn't something optional. It wasn't something that could wait. It was scheduled medical supplies equipment that had been coordinated to arrive at a specific time, part of an ongoing care setup that couldn't just be pushed back without consequences. I took a breath, keeping my voice calm but firm. "You need to move," I said. "Now," Karen shook her head. "Not happening." And just like that, she made her mistake. I stepped back and made a call, not to argue, not to escalate emotionally, but to document and resolve it properly. Because blocking a delivery isn't just inconvenient, it can become something else entirely depending on what's being delivered. Within a short time, things changed. A supervisor from the delivery service arrived first, followed by a representative who understood exactly what kind of shipment this was. The tone shifted immediately. This wasn't a standard package anymore. It was a priority delivery with clear handling requirements. Karen, who had been so confident, started to lose that certainty. "I was just enforcing rules," she said, but this time her voice didn't carry the same weight. "You're interfering with a scheduled delivery," the supervisor replied calmly. "That needs to stop." Around us, neighbors had started to notice. Doors opened. People watched. The situation Karen thought she controlled was slipping away fast. She stepped back slowly, her arms lowering, her expression changing. The driver, now reassured, completed the delivery without another word. The moment passed, but the impact didn't, because actions like that don't just get forgotten, they get reported. The HOA, once again, had to step in, not to support her, but to clarify limits. And Karen, she stopped interfering after that, completely. No more blocking. No more rules. Just silence. A few hours later, I opened the package inside, everything intact, everything exactly as it needed to be. And as I stood there, I realized something important. Karen thought she was stopping a delivery. But what she actually did was block something far more important than she understood. And when you interfere with something like that, it doesn't just backfire. It teaches a lesson you don't forget.